You can't turn left, you can't turn right, and you can't turn back because the enemies are behind you with guns pointed at you.
Miguna Miguna is a fat toad who just shouts without making sense. Do you agree with me? What's up, beautiful people? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome back to my channel once again. As always, I'm Small Prince. I talk about trending topics and viral videos. And coming up.
Small Prince.
Renowned city lawyer Ahmednasir Abdullahi left Kenyans in stitches on Wednesday after he claimed that deported lawyer Miguna Miguna is a fat toad who just shouts without making sense. What do you think? Does Miguna Miguna shout without making sense? It's up to you to tell us. Comment in the section below. Ahmednasir, who was on Jeff Koinange live, said it will be an insult to compare Miguna Miguna with renowned scholar Professor Makau Mutua. He said Mutua is a sensible guy and Miguna is just a fat toad who doesn't make any sense. However, in a first response, Miguna Miguna, who is still in Canada, said Ahmednasir Abdullahi should be the last person to comment on matters affecting Kenyans. Miguna termed himself as a revolutionary leader who has no time for selfish hyenas like Ahmednasir. Boom! That's a bombshell to Ahmednasir. Miguna Miguna also claimed that Ahmednasir has been benefiting from looted public resources, yet he has the audacity to argue on national television over several issues affecting this nation. As a revolutionary freedom fighter, I don't operate at the low, filthy level of Ahmednasir, where incompetent, incoherent, and corrupt advocates fight with each other over looted state corporations and launder money for drug dealers, pirates, and other scumbags. That's what Miguna said. So hapa watu wako macho kwa macho, bako kwa sako, ama wanasemanga nini watu wa Kiswahili. That's what Miguna Miguna and Ahmednasir war of words is getting hotter and hot. I'll keep you updated once anything develops or if anything comes up again. This is so sad, but let me just say every child is entitled to protection from the use of hallucinogens, narcotics, alcohol, tobacco products, or psychotropics. Yes, I said psychotropics drugs and any other drugs that may be declared harmful by Ministry of Health. I'm saying this because the Director of Criminal Investigation, DCI, on Wednesday appealed for information on two adults captured in a video urging toddler to smoke bunk. In the now viral video, one of the men is seen lying on the bed while the other seated with the child standing and leaning on his lap. The adults are heard instructing the minor on how to smoke a roll of bunk, and at the same point, one of them takes a puff and blows it off to the toddler's face. I'll play the video in a few minutes, but the DCI in a tweet posted on Wednesday evening said, "Can you identify these men? Do you know them? We would like to speak to them in connection to this video that was brought to our attention." Underline for me the word "we will speak to them." I'll come back to it. We are extremely worried about the child. If you can recognize them or have any information that may further our investigation, kindly DM us. That's what DCI posted on Twitter. But my question is, we will speak to them. You do a crime and the police will speak to you. Maybe speaking to you physically. Get ready for that. The child takes a puff from the plant as he is encouraged by the men who direct him on how to consume the drug. In the duration of 1 minute video, one of the men, after smoking, blows in the face of the child. The child coughs when he takes a puff, suggesting a congestion in the chest. So guys, please, if you know them, report to a nearby police station. Let's help that child. That is it, man, for today. But before we go, I want to play a video of Mike Sonko. Mike Sonko always brings this social media in a hot spot. But today, let me tell you, Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko impressed Kenyans on social media Wednesday morning with his speech at the United Nations conference. Guess what? What has he done? Are you here to hear? In a video from his communication team, Sonko appeared calm when delivering his speech in well-polished English and partly with American accent. For Sonko, this has become a norm, especially when addressing foreign delegates. He pronounces city as Siri, Kenyatta as Kinyara, and Small Prince as Small Prince. So that is it, man. Let's watch the video together.
Nairobi was recently declared one of the top resilient cities in the world. However, we too face the same challenges that affect most growing cities. This includes a strain on services like water supply, waste management, and expansion of transport infrastructure to match the rapid population growth. Agriculture has been the mainstay of Kenya's economy and directly contributes 24% of the GDP. About 45% of government revenue is from agriculture, and sector contributes 75% of industrial raw material. Over 80% of households, especially in rural areas, depend on agriculture. One will be forgiven for thinking that with these statistics, there is an abundance of food everywhere. More than half of Nairobi's, nearly 1 million households, live on total expenditure of less than $70 a month. With this kind of budget, most of the households cannot afford more than one decent meal a day. In most instances, the meals lack basic nutrients because they cannot afford tomatoes, onions, or even fresh vegetables. Food outside the city is sometimes 10 times cheaper because of a combination of factors: a cartel-like distribution system, a market that is very difficult to penetrate, lack of market information to enable consumers make informed choices, and a small number of physical market spaces make it difficult for the poor to access quality products. In Nairobi, we have taken a number of steps to address this. My county government is in the process of constructing several markets to ensure more people have access to fresh produce a short distance from their homes. We have also set up a food system directorate tasked with ensuring that residents have access to safe food of good quality at affordable prices wherever they live. We now have a food markets information system that enables residents to know where foodstuff is available and at what price. This helps to enable consumers make informed choices, although the system is still not yet in wide use. The platform is accessible on mobile phones and will play the important role of linking producers and consumers, thus carrying out middlemen who contribute to the high prices of food. Food storage facilities are important to ensure minimal wastage. In our city, we are setting up bulk cold storage centers where fresh produce will be preserved as it is distributed to small-scale retailers. In addition, we have stationed food safety officers at all entry points in the city to check that food being transported to Nairobi is safe. Waste of food remains a major problem. The waste comes from spoilage of fresh produce during harvest, transport, storage, and sale, and also from families that throw away excess food. This is a common problem across many cities. We need cottage industries in our markets to process food that will otherwise be thrown away and which can be converted into manure for use in producing organic fertilizer. Food production continues to be threatened by climate change. We must all play our part to conserve the environment and plant trees to resolve global warming. Nobel Prize winner, the late Professor Wangari Maathai, who was from my country, Kenya, encouraged us all to increase the forest cover in the world to attract more rain and harvest more food. In line with the theme of this meeting, the role of cities in the global agenda